What if I told you that one of the deepest lessons about true friendship is actually hidden inside a single, simple line from an ancient epic? Well, today we're going to dive right into the Bhagavad Gita to uncover a divine joke, one that reveals an incredible truth about what it means to really understand someone.
So, this is the line. On the surface, it seems like a pretty straightforward instruction, right? But this sentence, spoken at one of the most critical moments in history, is the very puzzle we're going to solve today. It's got this amazing secret locked inside, about friendship, about understanding, and yeah, even about a little bit of divine humor.
All right, to really feel the impact of these words, you have to picture the scene. This is not some quiet, peaceful setting. This is the massive battlefield of Kurukshetra. We're talking two gigantic armies, moments away from a devastating war. And these words are spoken right in the thick of it all, with the world's greatest warriors looking on. I mean, you can just imagine the tension. It's absolutely immense.
Now, from that huge, epic scene, let's zoom in on the verse itself. This is the exact moment that the divine charioteer Lord Krishna turns to his dear friend, the great warrior Arjuna, and he speaks. And what he says, well, it seems so simple, but as you're about to see, it is anything but. And we're not just pulling this from anywhere. This is a very specific, very important verse. It's the 25th verse of the very first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. This is really a foundational moment for the entire incredible conversation that's about to unfold. Now let's just take a moment and listen to the original Sanskrit just as it was composed thousands and thousands of years ago. Bhishma Drona Pramakota Sarvesham Chamahikshitam Uvachaparta Pashetan Samavetan Kuruniti. There's just such a power in these ancient sounds, isn't there?
So let's break that down, piece by piece. When you look at it word for word, you see the names of these great elders, like Bhishma and Drona. Then you have Partha, which is a special name for Arjuna, and Pasha, which simply means, just behold. And of course, Kurun, the members of the Kuru dynasty. It all seems very direct, very literal.
And when you put it all together, here's the full translation. It really just reads like a plain observation. Krishna is just pointing out the enemy army to Arjuna. But if that's all it was, why is this verse so significant? What's the big deal here?
Well, here's the secret. The key to unlocking the whole meaning of this verse isn't in the action of looking. No. It's in the names being used. The author's choice of words here is so intentional, and every choice carries a ton of weight. This is where a simple observation turns into a truly profound insight. There are two names here that are absolutely crucial. First, the way the Lord is identified in this part of the text as Hrishikesha, and second, the name he chooses to call his friend, Partha. Now, believe me, these are not random choices. They are the clues that are going to solve this whole puzzle for us.
So, first off, who is Hrishikesha? This name means he is the super soul, the one who directs the senses of every single living being. It's telling us that Krishna isn't just an outside observer. He is completely, totally aware of the storm of doubt and grief that's brewing inside Arjuna's mind, even before Arjuna himself has said a single word about it.
And what about Partha? What does that mean? It means the son of Pritha. Now Pritha, who is also known as Kunti, was Arjuna's mother. But, and this is the key, she was also the sister of Krishna's own father. So this name isn't just some formal title. It's a deeply personal reminder of their family bond. They were cousins.
And that right there explains everything. It shows us exactly why Krishna is even there in the first place. The Lord of the entire universe has taken on this humble role of a chariot driver, specifically because of his deep love for Arjuna, the son of his aunt Pritha. It's an act of friendship that's totally rooted in family.
Okay, so let's put all the pieces together. You've got Shrikesha, the all-knowing friend who can literally read Arjuna's mind. And he's speaking to Partha, his beloved cousin. Now, given that context, his simple statement, hey, look at the Kurus, has to mean something more, right? And this is where we get to the best part, the punchline.
So what did Krishna really mean? I mean, think about it. He knew Arjuna was the greatest warrior of his generation. Did he seriously think Arjuna just needed someone to point out the enemy? Was Arjuna, of all people, really about to just stop and not fight? Of course not.
The answer we get from the source is just beautiful. Believe it or not, it was a joke. A gentle, knowing, friendly joke between two incredibly close friends at the most intense moment you can possibly imagine. Let's just walk through this. As for Hrishikesha, Krishna could literally feel Arjuna's confidence starting to shake, his heart filling up with sadness. So he says, "Hey, Partha, son of my heroic aunt, just look at your family over there." It was a kind of gentle ribbing, a way of saying, I never ever expected this kind of hesitation from you of all people. He was basically predicting Arjuna's state of mind and communicating that he understood, all through a friendly joke.
So, okay, how does this incredible story from a battlefield thousands of years ago turn into a lesson for all of us? Well, this single moment contains a really profound teaching about what it actually means to truly understand another person.
Here's the real takeaway. Krishna's statement wasn't a command, and it wasn't just an observation. It was an act of deep, profound empathy. He saw his friend's inner turmoil, and instead of giving him a big lecture, he offered connection, he offered understanding, and he wrapped it all up in a single, simple, loving sentence.
And that really leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? This ancient interaction challenges us today. In our own lives, how often do we listen to the words someone is saying, but we completely miss the feeling that's behind them? Krishna teaches us that sometimes the greatest friendship, the greatest guidance, doesn't come from what we say, but from showing someone that we truly, truly see what's in their heart.